Today we are talking about the importance of the crisis scenario in the simulation process of the marine trainings. Every mariner heard from the colleagues the story about the difficult critical situation at sea and how someone connected with the story captain or mate perfectly solved the critical situation and then became at the same moment the subject for the rumors via marine radio. However, what about you or all of us? Are we ready for the crisis or critical event which out of the standard routine duties at sea? I think all we are humankind and non-emotion-free individuals. And if we are not ready for some unexpected situation, if something goes outside of common practice, emotions and fatigue are ready to take part in the decision-making process, overtaking the sabbath sense and cold brain, ignoring even key safety aspects. I met many qualified OOW in different ranks for the latest 7 years, doing the simulator-based pieces of training for mariners. And the major part of them who were perfect on routine failed to complete the task or exercise with minimum negative profit if any deviation had happened from normal operational process. Interesting statistic. I would like to highlight the need and must have practice to train the bridge team on emergency scenarios that can happen on board, especially in the offshore industry. For what or why, you can ask me. Because many captains and OOW never ever deal with real emergencies on board, having contracts passed on the normal way. In addition, our real life does not give the opportunity to play with actual crises boarded in the safe frame, compared with marine simulators. It could be nice to let any OOW to go through an expected crisis according to the company-specific activities. Because in procedures are written a lot of texts about safety at work, and mariners are even familiar with company regulations, but the main problem is how the crew will implement the regulations, and so on, if something goes wrong. Every student knows a procedure connected with DP and specific offshore operations, but if crisis comes, not everyone ready to implement the knowledge, or actions that have done are not to always lead to a safe result. For instance, when a helicopter is about to land or stay in vessel proximity working on DP, everyone knows that this is a case to switch off the wind sensor. Does everyone do? Not always, only after the instructor's hint, for example. Or everyone heard about H2S hazard in the offshore industry, and everyone in offshore knows when the sound of H2S alarm appears near the rig, cancel operations safely, leave the location in the safest and shortest storm, going against the wind. Sounds quite simple and good. But when you add the tiredness, commercial pressure, the daily routine, then for me it's very visible from the first time. Not everyone will manage. We have well-prepared people who come for training, but even they make the crucial mistakes to be corrected on after exercise briefings. But going through the same course, you cannot play the same trick twice with the same student. If trainee once have been involved in crisis on the simulator, in the same situation in real life probably, he or she will resist. Because if crisis played once, the second time it would be accepted as a normal task and cold brain and the right sequence of activities to perform. I had one remarkable student, and we played H2S alarm crisis when vessel on DP near the rig. We fixed on the camera our achievements and would like to share the information for future industry benefits. You may watch that video in the simulator playlist. Conclusion. Tailor-made courses depend on company activities covered in non-standard crisis situations, could increase total operational safety. All we are fighting for the safety, so safety first. Because if you are ready for the crisis, you are armed against it. Bye bye, stay in touch with Marine Radio blog. Sincerely yours, Alex.